Hello, welcome to week 4 of our summer reading program, Reading Across America. Today we're going to look at California. That's for week 4, and we're going to make a suspension bridge. So you're going to need your packet, of course, that you picked up here at the library. And inside the packet, you need to pull out these 3 styrofoam balls. They're actually half balls. We took the time to cut them in half for you. So you should have 1, 2, 3 styrofoam half balls, some aluminum foil, 6 popsicle sticks, a sheet or a piece of red paper, 2 pieces of red yarn, some scissors at home, hopefully you have scissors, and some white glue. Now, the suspension bridge we're going to make is one of the most famous in the world, the most recognizable, and it happens to be in California. Do you know which one it is? Of course, it's the Golden Gate Bridge. Do you know the Golden Gate Bridge took 4 years to build? And it was finished in 1937. It was very hard to build that bridge because of where it is between the Pacific Ocean and the San Francisco Bay. It's very windy and very foggy there. So the working conditions were really hard to build that bridge. And it was a long strait that they had to get across. So they needed a bridge that was strong, but also one that could withstand high winds and even earthquakes. So that's why they decided to build the suspension bridge. And let's go ahead and try to build one ourselves. A suspension bridge, the theory of it is it hangs from cables, and our cables are going to be the yarn. And the cables are anchored in to towers. Our towers are going to be the popsicle sticks. And the towers are anchored in huge on concrete blocks. We're going to use styrofoam balls. So the first thing you're going to do is take one of those styrofoam balls, and you might need to cut this in half or so. And you want to cover the styrofoam with a piece of the foil. Not just to make it look a little more like concrete. So it's very simple, just wrap one up just like that. Next, you're going to need to take your popsicle sticks, our towers, and you're going to put them on either side of the ball. So right here and right here, you're going to dig in with the styrofoam. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Here's one that I finished earlier. So taking your tower or popsicle sticks, dig into the styrofoam until you get it about that height. Center it. And then on the other side, about an inch or so away, same idea. Into the hole. So it's going to look something like that. You're going to want to make 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. 3 foil covered tower anchors. Then you're going to bring them over here. As you can see, I have one finished. And you want to spread them equidistant apart. And that's what this red, the roadway is for. You're going to want to put it down between the 3 towers. And you're going to want to fold the sides up so you get about the span across here that you want, which is about an inch or so. I had done one in brown, but we decided to change it to red. Did you know that the Golden Gate Bridge was supposed to originally be painted gold, but they finally decided to paint it a color that's known as International Orange. And that's because it blends very well with the surrounding area. It's very beautiful surrounding area. Also, the ships can see it when they're going underneath. It's very visible through the fog, and it's very foggy there. Okay, so there. This looks a little high to me, but it does touch my towers. So then I think it's a good idea maybe to trim it. That's why we gave you a little bit of extra. We were trying to generous with the paper so you can get the exact width. I'm going to make the sides a little bit lower. They don't need to be quite that high. But I folded it, gave myself about probably about not quite 2 inches across, and that will reach the popsicle sticks. I'm just going to put one over the brown one I had placed here earlier, but put it right there. That's where you're going to need the glue. I'm going to take this glue, and you can do it one of 2 ways. You can put it on the actual popsicle sticks, little dot on each side of it, because you're going to want to center your construction paper so that it stays suspended. Remember, this is a suspension bridge. Put it down there like so. Now, if I didn't have that piece of brown there already, it wouldn't be quite as easy. You may have to, hold it. You may have to rearrange these. There's a little bit of science involved here. A little bit of, holding it in place, maybe squeezing the popsicle sticks, straightening them. But you'll get it eventually. You'll get it so you'll have your 3 concrete blocks with your towers anchored in them and your suspended bridge across. Final thing, of course, the cables. For cables, we're using yarn, not quite as strong, but it will give the same look. I just sort of knotted it, made a loop, and I tightened it on the end. Then I did another loop in the center. We gave you enough yarn so that you can have a little bit hanging, a little bit of a hang, and then over here, same idea. I made a little loop and then I looped it over the popsicle stick or in tower and tightened it. There we go. And I did the same thing on the other side. And voila, that is my suspension bridge. You can always trim the excess yarn that you don't use. Really the most difficult part of making this bridge will be getting all the parts to come together and the towers equidistant and the roadway suspended with the glue. But that's what the fun of the craft is, to make it work how you want it to look. And of course, if you want to read more about the Golden Gate Bridge, we certainly have plenty of books here. All kinds of books about the Golden Gate Bridge, non-fiction. We even have a fiction title. There's one whole book here that is about the bridge will not be gray, because I guess at one time it was thought it was going to be gray. So that's another one you might want to read. Please come and visit us and check out some books. Learn more about the Golden Gate Bridge and about the state of California. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.